Every morning, you get up, you push, you grind, you hustle, and you tell yourself, it's for the dream. But what if that drive isn't coming from ambition at all? What if it's fear? We celebrate hard work. We glorify the grind. But no one talks about the hidden fuel behind most of it. Fear of falling behind. Fear of being average. Fear of not being enough. 67% of professionals say their drive is more about not failing than actually succeeding. You might think you're chasing goals, but what if you're actually running from something you can't even name? The lie of purpose-driven grind. Let's be real. We're told, if you work hard, you'll win. But behind the work is a whisper. If I stop, I'll fall apart. You hit the gym, not because you love your body, but because you're scared of being judged. You stay late at work, not for passion, but to avoid disappointing someone. You chase achievement, not for pride, but to escape that creeping voice that says, you're still not enough. Red report cards, you're behind pop-ups, perfect social feeds, unspoken family expectations. If fear is what fuels your drive, how long can you keep running before you burn out completely? 5 signs your drive is coming from fear, not passion. Number 1, you don't know why you're doing it anymore. You're busy constantly, but stop and ask yourself, why? Why this job? Why this title? Why are you really doing any of it? If the answer is vague, if it sounds like, I'm supposed to, then you're not building a life, you're surviving one. Number 2, you feel restless when you're not working. Real ambition makes space for recovery. Fear-based ambition, it punishes you for sitting still. Rest should recharge you, not guilt trip you. Number 3, you chase recognition more than fulfillment. If validation feels like oxygen, you're not growing, you're pleasing. And approval addiction, that's just fear, wearing a mask. Number 4, your goals feel like chains, not choices. When your goals stop inspiring and start suffocating, you've gone from chasing dreams to carrying burdens. You didn't choose those chains. Fear locked them on. Number 5, even after winning, you feel empty. You did it, you won, but instead of joy, you feel nothing. Because fear doesn't celebrate, it just braces for the next battle. You win, and immediately worry about doing it all again. If those signs hit too close to home, it's time to ask yourself, who's really driving, you or your fear? The root of the drive. Most people don't realize this. The reason fear runs your life isn't your fault. It was installed. From a young age, you were rewarded when you achieved and ignored, or punished when you didn't. You learned. Worth comes from winning. Love is earned, not given. And safety, it lives on the other side of performance. Fear became familiar, and familiar became normal. So now, when life slows down, your nervous system panics because stillness feels like danger, like failure. Here's the scary part. Most of your adult drive, it's just your inner child, still trying to avoid shame, still running, still performing, still begging to feel safe. You're not chasing dreams, you're chasing relief. What this life really leads to. Fear-based achievement isn't just exhausting, it's destructive. You lose touch with joy. You become addicted to pressure. You can't sit still. And worst of all, you forget who you were. Before fear got so loud, what's the point of building a perfect life? If you feel hollow inside it, the shift. Building from peace, not panic. So, what if you stopped driving from fear? What if success didn't have to mean stress? What if you created a life that felt good while you lived it, not just when you reached the next goal? Success without fear is still success. It starts with noticing the fear voice, the one that says, keep going, or you'll fall behind. You don't silence it by doing more. You quiet it with truth. You remind yourself, I don't need to earn love. I don't have to outrun shame. And I am allowed to live a life that doesn't look impressive, but feels peaceful. You were never meant to build a life just to survive it. You were meant to live. If this hit you deeper than you expected, maybe it's time to start asking better questions. Not, how can I go faster? But, why am I even running? Tap like if this made you pause. Subscribe if you're ready to break free from fear. And comment below, what fear have you been mistaking for motivation?